Welcome back to Pokemon Potential. I'm your host, DeoGenZ, and today we're going to delve into a special sweeper of the Hoenn region that I feel is very apt for a Mega Evolution. It's Exploud. And this thing gets loud. It even has a semi-exclusive move called Boom Burst, and only reason I say semi-exclusive is it's not the only poke that shares this move, but not many hold it, and it is a 140 base power special normal attack. So that's a lot, that's a mouthful. If you don't know what I'm talking about, metagame jumbo, then let me unjumble it for you. It's a normal type move, and that means be careful on anything that could possibly switch for ghost types, because if your foes are aware of Exploud's power, they'll know about Boom Burst. And it's a special attack, meaning it will affect the opponent's special defense. I don't know if I ever mentioned what the delineation is from physical and special defense, because it doesn't say physical offense, it just says attack and special attack, and what's the difference? Well, special attack matches up with special defense, and regular attack matches up with regular defense. So it's pretty simple in that sense, and hopefully if you have any more questions, I can answer them in the comments below. But what you need to know about this poke is that it's going to be loud, proud, powerful, and unfortunately requires a choice scarf. Because it's only got a 68 base speed. I mean, yeah, we can max out its effort values all we want, and yeah, you can risk it with a life orb. But is it going to outspeed much? It's unlikely. It's definitely not going to outspeed the top of its tier, which I think it's RU. May even be NU. I'm not too sure on this one. But I hope to see this poke get some better enhancements, perhaps, in the next generation, or at least the next remake generation, which this time around it's going to be Hoenn. I honestly do wonder if they're going to remake every single Pokemon game eventually. Who knows? But what I do know is that you will want to have Extrasensory, Surf, and Flamethrower on this set for maximum coverage. The nice thing about it being a normal type, and only a normal type, so Boom Burst is once more its stab move, another cool thing, which, if you don't know what I say when I mean stab, not that it stabs your opponent very sharply, although in actuality it does, that's just an acronym that metagame people use for same type attack bonus, or boost. I'm not really sure either one works, for the B. But the reason I mention that here is because this is pretty much the only thing you're going to be doing with Exploud. It would be senseless to invest any effort values into its poor defenses. It's not too horrible, but it's nothing to be really proud of, nor is it anything of a wall regimen type defense. So, of course you could go with physical attack, but when you switch over to the physical move pool for Exploud, it's not as exciting. It's not anywhere near as effective as Boom Burst, and then you have all these other cool options like Focus Blast and Ice Beam and Shadow Ball, things that just fire right out of Exploud's giant mouth that can turn sound into, well, different chemical objects like flames and ice. So that's how you'll be using this poke. And that about wraps it up. Not much more to say about Exploud. I do wish that in the Hoenn remakes there was access to a new ability. I wish it had access to Moxie, and I wish it had access to a Megastone. Hey, who knows, maybe they will throw that combination in with just one Mega Evolution Stone object. Who knows? I'm excited to find out. And also, I'd like to get your ideas on this. Comment below. Probably will make a separate video for it, but do you think there's going to be Alpha and Omega versions of Mega Evolutions? Because things are going to get pretty ridiculous in the Pokemon world, where there's an X and a Y version stone and a Alpha and Omega stone. I don't know, it just seems to be getting way too complex if that's the case, but nobody said it was. So, I'm DeoGenZ, hoping to see you next week. Be sure to share this video if you want a chance on the episode 10 of this series to win a shiny Dratini. And if you're confused on how that all works, check out episode 1 of this series, and I explain it in full. So, I'll see you next week.